Hi, dear all. So, welcome back to this session.
Hello, sir.
Hi, sir.
Yeah. Hey, hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, dear all. Okay. So, we'll start our journey. So, just we'll see some more options in the travel of PLSQL orientation. We'll try to segregate all the things like whatever we have learned, and we are adding little optimization techniques so that okay, here and there you can feel what is the advantage of implementing the tasks, though with the existing knowledge, but we are adding some more optimizations here and there. Okay, in the journey, so let me put some few questions like so you can as morning also we have done the same kind of the things. Let me use the chart window here. So just if you are making use of this kind, okay, a question I am typing here, so you can choose the options. So a foreign key, okay, which is referenced by the first thing is identifies the table. That is the first option. Second option is doesn't contain null values. Third thing is identifies relationship between tables. So the fourth option, foreign key of the table on refo. The foreign key of another table. So just have a look on this, guys. So nice afternoon. We gathered here to discuss. So to start with, mm, just we are started with the foreign key discussion. And morning we had, however, the discussion related to the primary key and how the master behaves in the insertion and deletion, and in what way, okay, the detail table behaves. Okay, and of course, in addition to that point, we have opted for on delete cascade if there is a dependency of multiple tables. So that is what how you can see that. So with that knowledge, we are having four options. Related to the first option, identifies the table is a meaningless statement actually. Foreign key is not used to identify any table actually. So the second option doesn't contain null values. So, one thing, guys, here foreign key may contain the null values also. Um, Sometimes if I am not getting any data, so you can make use of null also. But here the contradiction, so that we cannot go with the second option also. Uh, Third, if you see, it seems it is related to our question, like identifies a relationship between the tables. Because if you see the foreign key, that you can see as an entity. But whereas if you are talking about the concept, that is a referential integrity. The name itself is saying that it is a kind of referential integrity, right? So that's what. Okay, we need to observe the fourth one. Then we can decide what is the answer. The fourth option is of the table cannot refer to the foreign key of another table. Uh, Here, so whatever the table I am having cannot refer the foreign key of another table. This is also some kind of the statement which is ambiguous. So coming to the third one, which is a straightforward uh, option, and this particular option given us the reference of the foreign key. Yes, almost all guys has given the answer. Very good. Appreciate that. Okay. And thereafter, friends, let me give one example. Okay, so I'll ask you this question. Maybe let me see how many of you are taking benefit of this. 1 minute, guys. Okay. One, just so here I'm giving you some kind of the interface. Okay, so this interface says that employee data and department manager. So we want to establish a kind of the relation. This is a relational schema, of course, which is a completely different database. What would you say is the employee to department manager relationship? Because um, we are having various kinds of relationship friends. One to many, many to many, many to one, like that. So be cautious. So one to many, many to one, or many to many. Just to have a look. So we are having some kind of the employee data. Okay, employees, and as well as uh, department manager. If you consider the context here, generally in the department perspective, if I am asking, okay, so like we are having the department number, employee number. Just you should give the priority for the department, especially in this case, friends. Reason behind is um, always go for the maximum visibility of the relation. Because if I'm talking about the department, I can get the information about the employees and department information, like the scope is more. Whereas if I am settling down with the employee data, only I will be getting the individual employee data. There is no chance of exploring more data. So in that context, if I am asking you guys, so if you are talking about department manager having employees related to that, so what is your thought process on that, friends? Because just by seeing this, you should be in a position to identify because we are following a non-linear teaching. Okay, because I am pulling some of the aspects, and so that I want to give you the essence of all kinds of discussions, rather than restricting ourselves to some sort of codings and all. We need to observe before the coding and after coding also, so that we can come up with a nice strategy. So that is the reason. Now we try to establish a kind of the relationship between department manager and employees. So how do you establish? Because these kind of relations are pretty common, friends. Maybe sometimes, in our project also, we may need to work with some kind of data where it is in the format of this schema, and according to that particular schema, you need to decide, okay, whether the kind of the relationship between the two tables. Now, what is your thought process on that? Suppose if I'm asking you, like, how do you refer this particular point? Okay, Sahu says some crow food kind of thing. Okay, there are certain terminologies, friends. Um, But my question is whether it is one to many to one, or many to many.
So one to many.
One to many. So
Many.
reason is pretty simple, na? Reason is pretty simple. Uh, because we are having one manager, okay, only one manager, and under that manager we are having many employees, and one department, many employees. Analogy you have to see, friends. The analogy is like that. Always we see the out of these employees and department manager. If I am seeing the context of the department, definitely I can expect much data. Okay, so in that perspective, department manager is having the department number and employee number. And if you could see the orientation in the same table, we are having multiple foreign keys, friends, actually. So maybe I would say this department number, maybe somewhere I'm having some department table. Though we have not revealed that, you should uh, possess that one also. Hope you got the point. That means in the document or in the appropriate, maybe you may participate in the project discussion with your team, and you should be very confident enough, and you should be very smart enough. Okay, this guy is talking about the foreign key. Somewhere it should reflect in the department number. Okay, so department manager, okay, DEPT manager should refer another table. Okay, that's what I intentionally picked up this particular example, so that the hidden tables also you could able to establish. And second thing is, friends, though if I'm referencing this employees as employee number as integer, and here employee number, I mean primary key kind of thing, though we have not specified. But in this particular case, we did mention the employee number as the foreign key kind of thing. So that means obviously this employee number references the employee number somewhere. But however, there is a proper relationship between these two tables. We can conclude that this employee number references the employee number of the employees. Like that you can specify. So that means while establishing the kind of the relationships, we should be very cautious. Otherwise, if I am taking these employees and as well as the department manager, what is the relationship, friends? What is the type of the relationship? Many to one it becomes, because many employees, one department, many employees, one manager, like that. So identification of the context and towards which we are referencing the entity is also important. Okay, that just you observe that. So but while creating the table, there is no ambiguity, because we are pretty clear that which are all the attributes I am having, and which are all the out of those attributes, which are all the primary keys and foreign keys. And if any foreign key I want to establish, definitely the corresponding primary key should be identified. So with this notion, you can end up your creation and creating these particular tables without any ambiguity. But only the thing is, before reaching to the level of the creating the tables and all, if you step back little backward, I mean to understand the design phase of the database, because that is very important and crucial, friends, because the entire stakeholders are revolving around the design document only. Analysis hardly contains the approach and feasibility studies. I will give you that thing also to you, friends. I will give some kind of the documents, and I'll explain that design document also, so that while submitting the project, you also have some confidence. And without teaching, I won't ask you to prepare anything, friend. That is for sure. Okay, just I'll first introduce those aspects, and we'll discuss those particular things in a versatile and gentle way. Then only I'll ask you to come up with some your intelligence also. That is how we follow. So rather just I'm giving entire things to you and do whatever. No, no, that won't happen in our trainings, right? Okay, so now this is the simple thing so that I want to explain before jumping into our general discussion. Now, one more option I'm having, we are concluding this department information and employees are having the kind of the relationship one to many kind of thing. Now, there is a little one more option I want to specify. Let me use the chat window here. Yeah, Praveen says some point actually. Say it is a weak relationship because primary key with foreign key, so it will be in a dotted line when we approach here. Yeah, yeah, of course. Uh, Again, there are multi-valued. Okay, so I hope you are all aware of that. And however, the TR diagrams are very much helpful to understand the relationship in a proper way. Okay, and Harish says employee, the parent entity, department manager, the child entity, of course. From that perspective, that one to many actually we have seen. Okay, so that is what one manager, many employees. Satish says very good. One to many kind of thing. Very good. Ah, right. Now, I'll take a diversion here. Again, I am asking you. Just I am typing some SQL constraints. Whenever there is a possibility, we'll touch base all the aspects. And with respect to these constraints, uh, same as SQL keys, that is the first option. Uh, Second thing is specific rules and as well as or limits. Okay, specific rules or limits that we define in our tables. So while discussing about the table design, just we'll discuss. The third option is maximum values. So maximum values at which the data in the table allows. This is the third point. Coming to the fourth one, uh, yes, they are used to maximum size, or maybe like maximize the storage size of individual records in the data table. So just have a look on these four options, friends. Think through. SQL constraint in the sense, basically I'm giving the examples rather than giving the answer. Uh, these constraints, okay, nothing but some primary key constraint, foreign key constraint, check constraint, not null constraint. Okay, those things are there. And the main functionality of these particular constraints is so as to come up with some kind of regulations, assertions kind of things. So many things I'm getting, many outcomes. So basically first thing is SQL keys, because always people distinguish between keys and as well as the constraints. A key is something like maybe candidate key, super key, alternate key, surrogate key, like that we're having keys. Keys are definitely not the constraints, friends. Key is nothing but which is used to identify the record of a table in the unique manner without any ambiguity. If I want to get into the processing of the record, then I can go with the keys. So definitely they are not the keys. Second one, specific rules or limits that we define in our tables. It is looking some whatever our thought process. It is very near to our thought process. Maybe rules, limits, something like that. Okay. Third one, let us keep that second in our mind. Okay, before giving the answer. And the third point is maximum values at which the data in the table allows. It is also very nearest answer, but always we may not work out these maximum values, friends. It is a part. partial truth actually. Okay, and fourth one, maximum storage size. Actually, constraints are not having any relevancy with the storage size. At least our constraints, maybe foreign key, primary key, check constraint, and all. They are nothing to do with the size. So first one is avoided. Fourth one also ruled out, and there is a tie between second and third. Third thing is very specific about the maximum values, but the general way of defining a constraint is just we are having the specific rules or limit that we define in our tables. Okay, obviously, all answers which are relevant to second are true. Okay, so that is what how you can refer. Again, one more point. Uh, if I am referencing the best practice, which of the following is not considered as the best practice? Like I'm taking the using short name for a variable, assigning a meaningful name of variable or an SQL object, and conveying the general information, and always type the code clearly, or assigning the name customer ID to a column containing the ID number of the customer of a company. So not considering means one thing, friends, all these options, whatever I have said, maybe usage of the short name, and always typing code cleanly, and assigning the customer ID. All these are more or less we follow in the best practice rather than using ID of the customers. If I am referencing the customer information, customer ID, code clean and readability and minimization of that thing also very much important. Short name of the variable everyone prefers, not only in the SQL but also in all other programming languages. But explaining the general information is not required in the best practice, friend. Be cautious. So explaining the conveying the general information. So just let me type. So conveying the general information about the SQL object. So SQL object here is nothing but table, view, or whatever. SQL object is not a best practice. Okay, so that is one thing. So with this, we can start because maybe initially we are having some kind of starting problem after having lunch and all. So that I use this particular space, guys, so that you can also have the nice execution of this particular journey of learning, right? Okay. So we stopped at group by. So I want to ask you some important points related to group by. The first important thing is what is the relationship between group by and aggregate functions? This is the first question. Second one, what is the functionality of the group by? Functionality of the group by. Third one, why where clause is not supported in the usage of group by. So try to give okay, maybe you can start with the group by and aggregate functions. Okay, what is the relationship between group by and aggregate? Remaining points I will explain, friends, however. Okay, so just to think through, I am parking that first question and I am starting my discussion with the second one. Okay, so question 2 I am starting. So that particular question 2 is nothing but what is the functionality of the group by? Okay, so the plan is like this, guys. I will be explaining second and third questions. Meantime, you can think through because multitasking. I'm training you for multitasking kind of thinking also. So just you have a look on that by following my lecture, and in addition to that, just you map whatever we are discussing with respect to the aggregate functions also. Now, basically, what is the functionality of the group by? Let me take one scenario, friends. Let me take one scenario. So we are having some project table with us, Indian capabilities. Like that, I'm having some table with me. This table is containing some information like this. So employee ID and skill set, qualification, experience, location. Okay, so now what I'm doing here is assume that we are taking some different employees with the skill set like Hadoop ecosystem, maybe Spark, Scala, advanced SQL, advanced SQL. Maybe qualification, location, assume that Bangalore, Spark, MTech, 12, Chennai, some other thing. And this Scala guy is engineering guy with 5 years. Location assume that Hyderabad. And advanced SQL guys, maybe BSc with 3 years of experience from Chennai. And next one is advanced SQL is from engineering, 2 years, maybe from Hyderabad. This is the context, friends. I mean, before launching of any project, we are having some capability information with us. Now, one client come up with a specific requirement, friends. The client requirement is I need to, I'm having multiple projects. That multiple projects is DE and DS. And I want to see your capabilities. His question is like I want to see based on the qualifications. If any guy is having PhD, then I want to elect that guy as a SME to that particular project. And if uh, your guys are having any PG or some kind of experience, I want to take them as leads. And with the qualification of the UG and the corresponding skill set, I'll take them as the developers or software engineers like that. This is the approach they asked us. So we are having raw data. Okay, we are all having raw data, but we have to project that data in a summary format. Okay, in summary, in the sense, first what we need to do is we have to group all these PhD guys, all these masters, maybe MTechs or MScs or MCAs, and all these UZ guys. This is a specific requirement, not for all, because few people are, especially the university people, and maybe if I'm having some client like Byju's or Udemy or those kind of the members, they asked us to help to design some project. So they may be very particular about the qualification also. Assume that this is the case study. And for the graduates, we need to give, okay, I'm having 5 PhDs, 15 PGs, and 35 BTechs. Like that in a particular, assume that they're all available immediately. I'm taking in that way. And okay, after projection, again, client has put second question. Can you segregate them based on the skill set? Skill set in the sense, how many Hadoop resources are there and how many PySpark resources are there, and how many Scala, and how many advanced SQL. See, the questions goes on, friends. Again, you have to revise your query, and you should come up with the appropriate outcome. Here, our Panacea is group by. Panacea in the sense common answer, which is a ready-made answer for all these kind of thing is a group by, because the requirements always talks about a summarized way, friends. Though I am having various capabilities, the client needs are distinct actually. Maybe the client may ask us to come up with some kind of the summarization on top of that. So for that particular purpose, a group by is the option which is tagging the records based on a label. Okay, so here what I can do is select qualification, comma, count star from capability building group by qualification. Okay, so obviously we can give these specifications related to that as I said now, so 15 and 35 like that I can give. But whereas immediately the next option is suppose if I want to highlight the kind of the technology or kind of the skill, then you have to choose this one, select skill set. Okay, and the number of resources we're having. Uh, so from capability building, just you can see the group by option, skill set. Okay, now maybe if I want to get the experience also according to the skill set, maybe I can give this experience kind of thing. Let us see, and count star from capability building group by skill set or experience. Assume that. Now one more option I am giving, friends. You have to oppose me. Select star from CB group by experience. So if you are talking about the group by option, indirectly what we have done is there is certain count star we are keep on using, guys. So the most commonly used construct is numbering those particular kind of things according to the requirement. But here there is something else I have done actually. So can someone comment on this? Select star from capability building group by experience. I'll wait here, friends, no problem. Uh, but I need why I cannot apply uh, the appropriate um, star related to that group by performance. You take your time, no problem, because already I have given the first question to you. Now the second question is why we are not okay, why we are not using this, why we cannot use this star from the group by while applying the group by. Okay, so with this we are going to execute some other queries, friends, and after executing those particular queries we'll come back, and two questions I left over. The first question is why aggregate functions along with group by. Second question I left over is why star cannot be uh, preferred or used in the group by queries. This is the second option. However, after answering this thing, you will be getting a byproduct. That byproduct is nothing but the third thing. Why I why I am not using where clause in the group by? Because after answering these two questions, that's what I'm saying. Byproducts are more friends. If you are having more intelligence and more knowledge, automatically you will be getting some kind of the byproducts without any much uh, trouble. Okay. Now we'll go back to our favorite lab. So just what we'll do is just let us try to exhibit some of the queries. Let me see whether the cluster is up or again I have to connect. Okay, this is ready available friends. So Control L I am doing, and let me observe the show tables option to confirm. And we are working with EMPL data, by the way. So that particular EMPL we have taken, like, see the month uh, the employee joined and the employee details along with the department data and salaries. We have seen some quite uh, aspects. The first option is we have taken the count from employee where department equal to HR. So there is a specific ask by the people. And one more important thing is just we have observed some other option. Mm, yeah, so this particular option gives the totality, the total environment or total number of count related to the employee table, that also we executed. More specifically, we have taken the help of this group by option where this is grab our attention like, and which has given the meaningful information. So grabbing attention in the sense, friends, it is providing us more data, then obviously we'll be skewed to usage of those constructs, maybe in Java, Python or SQL or whichever the aspect. So just count along with the employee group by department. Accordingly, we got that information. How many members are there related to that? Having I am parking, so just having I'll deal some other time. Now one more option, you also give a try. So just what I am doing is just I am pasting this particular query in the chat window. I'll come up with those things, friends. Whatever your efforts won't go waste. Definitely, I'll come back and I will give due importance to your chat window messages. So now I am asking you guys, count total number of employees who are earning 9,000 or below in each department. Maybe I want to take some decision where the members who are earning below 9,000, and I want to give you a hike because I want to scale the employees up to certain level, and maybe the members who are getting less than 9,000, I want to give hike or 10 or 15%, something like that, to keep the budget. So suppose if 10 members are there, some budget would be there, and if 100 members are there, I have to see the feasibility. So for that purpose, let us look into it. So here the point is, guys, there is a little trick here. Uh, Total number of employees I am taking, and each department, as already I said, na, so like if I am coming up with each, then automatically um, uh, the appropriate thing is distinct. Automatically, I should go with some kind of the group by. At the moment, I am talking about the each department. So the query is like this. I should list out the members who are all having, okay, the total number of employees earning more than 9,000 or below, earning more or earning 9,000 or below. Further, just I devised a query. So you may be having something in your mind. Definitely, you also project the same so that I can discuss. But I have selected this way, friends. Just however, we are using the count star because I need the number of employees put up in that range, and we are using from employee. where salary is less than or equal to 9,000, then we are grouping the department. Just now I said that we cannot use the where clause in the group by, but now I am using the where clause. How we should take this thing? First, let us see how whether it is allowing me to execute or not. Oh, perfectly executed, guys. That means in HR we are having one member. In IT we are having one member who is drawing less than 9,000. And even in sales also we are having one member who is earning less than 9,000. Now I need definitely your support here. In what way we can defend our statement of using having instead of the where clause? That is the first point. Because just now we have seen uh, while working with the group by, there are certain points we have to remember, and accordingly we need to handle the convention. But here the point is completely different. So I am using the where actually, but in addition to that I am applying the group by also. How should we see that?
So first where clause is
Hmm,
executed, then the filter data. After the filter data, the group by is performed.
very good. Yeah, for me friends, can you revise the statement without where? Can you write in having? So then in what way we need to devise the query? Just think through. Okay, maybe just I am trying this way. Okay,
Y-
so
Having will check each and every record unlike that, so it will decrease our performance.
no. Where will check every record, friends, actually. Okay, no, where will check every record, but having only check the set of records. Okay, because
Uh,
where is a clause? Up to now we are using where only, na? So suppose if you see, select star from EMPL where month equal to 12. What it is doing? It is manually checking every record, and whenever I am getting this month equal to 12, then only it is going to return the appropriate records. That means just I am working on the number of records, and those particular records are manually verified by that where, and it is one by one it is going to map those kind of the conventions. But group by is not like that, because as we have discussed earlier, so group by is grouping the entities actually. So just that is the main reason why I asked that question of aggregation actually. So because aggregation and group by we cannot see differently. Though I am naming this particular exhibition as aggregate functions. First we worked out count star, and now we are working with count and other kind of the conditions. And maybe later point of time we can observe the having also. So suppose if I am having, so if I want to observe some kind of the salary information where salary is greater than 9,000, and I want to get the number of persons. Okay, simply if you see this guys, so where salary is greater than 9,000, group by department, having, okay, so count star of greater than 2. At least two members should be there in that. Now you see no one is there. Okay, it is a empty set. That means the members who is having greater than 9,000, and two members at least from that particular department. Maybe in sales only one member I am having, or else let me put in this way, greater than one if I am saying. See friends, only one member is there. So greater than one, or else let me do this change greater than or equal to 2. Okay. Again, I am getting only one member. So Can now this is the best option, friends, actually. So to explain your thought process, let me see, can I copy into this chat window? Sometimes we may get into, yeah. Now this is the combination where I am applying the aggregate function. I am applying the where clause. I am applying the group by. And in addition to that, even we are applying the having also, friends, if you see. Okay, so then how do you see this particular thing? Maybe I can give you some 3 minutes here. Just observe that. Okay, because you got to have the point of in the context of, let me put in this way, you need to talk about the aggregate function in the count star format. This is one thing, and you should give the specification of the where usage, and you have to mention that group by option. Okay, so this is another thing, group by option, and then you should come up with having usage. So keep these points in mind. I need explanation, friends. Maybe you can use the chat window or you can use the unmute and you can explain, but try to explain the things in a simplest and best possible way. Because in the statement you can observe that aggregation we have observed, vary class we have observed, group by observed, and having also we observed. So with respect to these kind of the convention, how do you rate and how do you come up with the analogy? So many people are typing, Harish and Satish, all these members appreciate that. And I need answer from everyone, friends. Vedanti is a little slow, and Bharati also now today is very slow. And just you think through, friend, because my intention is all members should have the same frequency. Okay, then only I would say very good. Shahid is the first member who can. Okay, let us see who is the star performer of day 2. As of now, it is Harish, because Harish has done well in the morning session after the break and before the break. But now I have to see how fast Harish is and how good Wasim is also done really well today, because some valid points he has added. So hope Wasim is in the call. Okay, it's there. Yeah, right. So now I'll wait, friends. No problem. Now it is 3-4. Up to 3-6 we'll see. By 3-7 we'll start digging into the approach what we have followed, right? Okay. Okay, good. Enough number of responses. Uh, okay, oh, so many are there. Yeah, first, Shahid, order of execution will be where, group by, having, order by. That is a general answer. But the main difference between them is that where clause is used to specify a condition for the filter. Then you can apply the group by. After that, on top of that, you can apply the having. One trick is there, friends, actually. Rather than applying the, rather than grouping the things as it isly, if I could filter some of the things so that the optimization can be achieved. So where, as our Satish said, where is filtering the appropriate records, and then it is going to apply the group by. Okay, good. Order by we can use, of course, order by can be applied on, it's not going to group anything. It is again working on individual records, but group by is only the, it is having the restriction of working with multiple records. So just it is going to group and apply some kind of the condition. Okay. So Sahu says where executed first and then group by followed by having. In this scenario, where is better option? Of course, especially it is based on the scenarios also, friends. Why I picked up this particular example is always there is a wrong notion of not using where with group by, or group by should be used with having, something like that. So just to emphasize on that particular usage, I have selected this option actually. Okay, so Sravanti says, of course, where, and again group by, and then having, and order by. Where is a specific condition on total records. Wasim also more or less saying the same thing. The execution start from where Janeshwar and Srinidhi also said. Karthikeyan has given the having clause with SQL count function can be used to set a condition. The general option is, friends, the count is most commonly used construct. Suppose I'm having some project, as I said earlier, maybe client want to have day-to-day interaction. Maybe the members from Bangalore need to come to office. Then we have to segregate those members based on the state. And maybe the US and UK projects, as earlier example we have seen USA one and UK one table. There the members who are belongs to US should be segregated and they should be allocated for the same project. So it all depends on the criteria. Sometimes, maybe the location or maybe the skill set is playing a vital role. And in our scenario, client is very particular about qualification and experience, and again the skill set, because certain kinds are very particular about specifications. So in that case, based on that convention, absolutely perfect, Karthik. So based on that particular convention, we can go. And Bharati says the execution process. So where there is a kind of observation. So like group by having, it will execute where is filtering all the records. Group by, as the name implies, it is going to group that. Okay, Harish also, again simple count he has selected initially, and on top of that applicability of the where, and then group by having. Now tell me one thing, can I apply where clause along with the aggregation? Can I apply where clause along with the aggregation? Simple.
No, sir. We can't
No, sir.
use.
No, no, no. You
Friends,
can't.
friends.
That's why we use having clause.
Yeah. Let me put this thing. Just I asked one question. Can I use where clause with the aggregate function? So I'm having complete evidence and I'll paste this. What about this? What I asked is, can I apply where clause along with the aggregate functions? We have applied that. We have applied and we got nice results also. Maybe I would say like this also, select uh, uh, just you can refer the count star. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. See, select count star means all the records we are getting, and department equal to HR we got. Okay, and maybe if I am referencing some kind of numbers, okay, how many members are there in a particular department, and if I want to check based on that particular department, if I want to get the information. So if you see this particular example I pasted in the chat window, there are certain cases, friends, where I can make use of the where also. Okay, so where that is a little trick. So don't take a decision related to the group by having where and aggregate functions. Friends, believe me, your 30 to 40% of the um, work will revolving around these aggregate functions, group by, and yesterday we have seen union all, except usage of the joins. That's what I am spending quite amount of the time to understand these particular aspects. Okay, so because the assumptions are very clear, but at times you need to work with the according to the requirement. Otherwise, what happens is you need to select some complex querying, unnecessarily going for the correlated subqueries, and unnecessarily you are working for some kind of join options. Okay, which is again incurring the burden on the cluster. Okay, so just be cautious. So based on that particular convention, you can see how we can go and how you can manage. So with this, we'll go with the minimum and maximum kind of thing. I will explain some minimum, and then I'll give you the some kind of the queries on top of the maximum, so that you can have a look on that. So just I am asking you this question, guys. So just let me paste this particular thing so that I can jump into the next optimization technique. So find full employee details having the lowest salary, because maybe we are having some interaction, and how they are managing their expenses and all. And I want to meet those guys. Okay, so I want to get the full details. Who is having the lowest salary? Okay, so he's having the lowest salary. Then definitely we have to use the select star, and uh, there is a chance of implementing the query like this. So let me clear the screen, Control L, and select star from EMPL. This remains same. Now, if I am trying to execute this particular statement according to my ask, okay, so just have a look on this, guys. Select star from EMPL where salary equal to. Okay, so out of the members, so very less salary is drawn by this guy, sales guy, and of course he joined in the month of the 6th, and he belongs to the sales department. Uh, how to observe this particular statement, friends? Try to understand this thing. However, first we need to get the minimum salary from the employee data. It is pretty simple. Select min of salary from employee, but our requirement is we have to pick up, okay, all the employees. Okay, all, I mean not all the employees, that employee full details. So first what we have done is we selected all the employee data, but out of those particular employee data, we are equating the salary in such a way that, so just we are assigning some condition. See, this is one kind of the expression where instead of the direct value, I am populating, I am generating some kind of the value. So select min of salary from employee. So it is giving the minimum salary as 3000. So indirectly what we are doing is select star from EMPL where salary equal to 3000. You may ask me, can we directly give the 3000? Okay, we are having only 7 records, but if you are working with some 10,000 or 20,000 records, there again you have to sort out or order by the records. Then you need to observe the 3000, and then only you can come up with the answer. Again, I am putting one more question. Maybe from your team, again 500 records were added. Maybe this time uh, the appropriate old minimum become that is no more minimum. Some other members have joined in the team with less salary compared with $3,000. So of course you can do that, friends, but little again it is not possible with single query. And moreover, friends, always prefer the parameterized execution. Okay, hope you know about this. Let me give you this option, parameterized execution. Okay, do you do that? Parameterized execution means that very simple, friends. So what I'm saying here is rather than giving the values directly, that is what while talking about the prepare statement. Okay, we'll see in Java also you might have observed this particular prepared statement just will give some statement, more generic statement, and while executing just you need to send some data based on that particular thing, it is going to give us the answer. So there is no specific values existing. Automatically the values can be populated according to the requirement. Okay, so this is how you can observe the orientation of this minimum. And one more thing, friends, out of this thing, I am asking you, find the lowest salaries in each department. Okay, that is one more criteria. So I want to get uh, lowest department each. If I'm saying, definitely I should use the group by. Okay, so just based on that particular thing, now one more aggregation we have used, that is minimum. Okay, minimum along with the group by option. So let me give you this thing. In each department, I should come up with the minimum salary. So just you give a chance. Okay. So HR minimum salary in that particular department is 9,000, IT 8,000, and sales 3,000. So that means there are certain cases simply there may be a possibility of getting the maximum sal. So employee group by. That's all. So from HR $20,000 and IT, the guy he's drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $6 and sales 1,01000. Okay, so this is how you can simply manage. And one more thing, you need not always give the capital or small letter kind of thing. It's not a case sensitive kind of aspect, but a good programming practice is generally uh, even in the best practices also in some kind of the documentations they prefer to manage. Okay, they prefer to manage these keywords in the capital so that readability, that is the first point. Second important thing is it is easy to track the appropriate information. That is the other important criteria where you can bank on while working with the options. Now I am doing some kind of pasting in Slack mode, friends, as a kind of the task. So that, however, I have given some few tasks in the morning also. So let me pull up those kind of things. Just a minute, friends. You can take a breath so that I can go back and verify. Where is the task one? Just a second, guys. Ah, task two, I got it. Okay. So the task one. Hmm. This particular task one I am pasting in the Slack group. To perform the first task. So just to remind you, create a table that describe yourself. Expectation is primary key, check, not null, and foreign key must be there. And that is your creativity, friend. That's what I said. And one more thing is there are certain tools, okay, where you can make use in the formatting because some of the companies are using. So just have a look on that. Okay, just to come up with very one or two tools also, no problem. That is another thing. The third option, within 10 to 15 minutes, you can finish the tasks, friends. I don't know what is the task three I have given. Yeah. This is some lengthy kind of task. This particular task already we have discussed, friends, but what I am giving, why I am giving is this is most important consideration. So customer and as well as the product data, and I am expecting you guys to recording insertion, because once the database is created, within that the tables can be populated um into the table, insert some kind of the data. Once you have done those kind of aspects, it is pretty easy to follow up the requirements. Now, what I asked you is delete the records in the master, provided those are already details are there in the uh, foreign key table also. Maybe morning also we have seen some of the records are having the dependency with these kind of the records. Then we want to pick up those records also. Okay, if I want to insert in the master table, no problem. But whereas if I want to insert in the detail table, definitely there should be the reference information in the master table. Apply on delete cascade and observe, mention your observation. From tomorrow onwards, just what I will do is I'll ask you to share your screen, because that is the practice we'll do generally in our Indium Academy, so that you can take me to whatever the tool you are using, so that I can see how fast you are and how better you are in coding, so that in a way I can observe your capability, like in what way you are implementing the tasks and how confident you are. Okay, while explaining also in what way you are utilizing your time. Okay, all these things. So, however, um, uh, however, just by related to these kind of the conventions, let me have a look on that. Okay, so if possible, morning only I will have, because these tasks, you know, is a simple task. Maybe after your evening tea and snacks, you can sit 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, or else maximum half an hour. Because one thing, friends, I don't want to overburden you, but I want to bring your efficiency also at the same time. So definitely here and there, I'll be asking you to do some kind of the work. Definitely hard work pays, friends, no doubt about that. So just you think through. Okay, this is the next option, because based on these kind of the conventions, we are leading to the advanced learning. So that's what we are making use of these conventions. Okay,
Sir,
so yeah, go ahead.
sir, which task will be for group of people as you told earlier?
Group Harish,
Group.
first, yeah, for that I need groups na, when we have the discussion of groups. Maybe tomorrow,
Okay, okay,
the options are very simple, guys. Maybe yourself, you can form the group. Okay, we are batch 1, batch 2, batch 3, batch 4. Like that, you can give the names. Maybe 4 batches. Each batch is containing 3 members. Okay,
okay,
that is the first point. Second thing is already maybe your team is having some kind of the communication. In that case, you can form groups by yourself. Okay, the option I am giving to you only. But tomorrow, while interacting, if some people are saying, I cannot form the group, sir, I cannot find out the members, no problem. I will help them. So maybe pulling out you or somebody else to form a new group, so that ultimately we need 4 batches, each 3. Okay, that
okay,
is the first point. And how we'll go is, Harish, the plan is like this. Maybe I can ask you to research on something.
okay.
My intention is how we are sharing that work, because distribution of the work is also important na? Like
Mm,
suppose you should not overburdened and you should not overfreed, both are danger only. So because I am not allocating any task to you and only Wasim is doing or Srinidhi is doing, and you won't learn anything, in a way the productivity is also less. But whereas if you could able to contribute for the team, and at the same time you can have a voice in the team. So whoever works in the team, they only talk na. So simply without working we cannot talk. So confidence comes from the quality only, guys. My gut feeling is if you want to talk in the team or if you want to explain something, first you should know and you should have the knowledge on that. Okay, so then only I'll take you up to that level, no doubt about that, because I got nice set of the people who can follow up and who can respond in a better way. I'm seeing all your messages in the teams, and they are very pretty um, accurate. That is the point. It's not like simply you are giving something, but you are working and you are thinking, and then only you are responding to me. So that is a good sign actually. So apart from that, the group tasks I'll frame. Okay, today I'll sit and do how best we can do from this group as an outcome. This is one thing. Definitely, you are going to be the best asset of our company, friends. That like that I believe that because all members, because yet to go only few members, only 4 members I have taken the task. However, still 4 members are there in the today's session. Tomorrow, however, remaining 4 members will give their individual presentations. Okay, from Thursday onwards. However, today evening or tomorrow, while starting the session, I will discuss about the groups, and I will assign the tasks for each batch. That may not be immediately project, maybe some kind of research article I can give, or some blog I can give, or else maybe some kind of simple code snippets so that you can explain, or else I may ask you to work out on this particular scenario and how do you design this, and because I can observe your interaction while presenting also, because in the earlier cases also, just I observed that some of the team members are very strong, and they outperformed actually, because teamwork always beats any individual member, na? So that's what I want to observe, how best you are individually. For that purpose only I am giving the individual tasks, and I want to bring your talents related to the group wise also from Thursday onwards until the completion of our discussion. Just will take the group tasks also, and before ending the session, okay, like what I will give is that what I will do is just will try to integrate our learnings in a small project kind of thing. Okay, maybe just today and tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to talk about the normalizations, which is very important in the database design, and probably you can apply the normalization for the effective implementation of the table design. Another important thing is I thought of taking today, but today already we have crossed some 3:30. So the transaction management normalization and introduction to some other aspects related to the stored procedures and all, I will launch on tomorrow's session. And that from that point of thing, we'll go with the packages and stored functions and stored procedures and triggers, cursors, all these things. Okay, but my expectation is you should be very strong in group by and aggregate functions and all these kind of things, so that I am preparing on the level of reach on the level of these kind of concepts actually. Okay, that is the plan, friends. Okay, no problem, we'll achieve that very soon. So the tasks I have mentioned in the Slack is pretty simple and straightforward. So tomorrow morning the plan is like this. Before the break, before the morning session, in the morning session I am talking about, before the break, just I will ask one or two guys to share their screens and explain these particular things in the MySQL environment. So maybe I may ask the third task or second task or first task. Randomly, I'll pick the persons. Okay, that is the first thing. And another thing is afternoon interaction. For that particular thing, what I will do is I'll post after this session, because I thought of framing some kind of aspects which are leading to our further discussion. So what I will do is after completion of this session, just I will paste in the Slack mode, which are all the tasks of tomorrow session. I mean, general interaction is there. I have to give the remaining 4 members. Na? So actually we have taken 8 members only. Uh, so just let me see that who are all the members I have given the tasks. So leftover members can expect the tasks. I will see and I will segregate and I will share the tasks with you. Straight away I can say in the yesterday's session we have 1 minute. Yeah, Bharati has given Karthik, Sai Srevanti, Harish. These 4 members already completed. Now today, however, I am interacting with Sahu, Janeshwar, Praveen and Shahid. Maybe in tomorrow's session, the remaining members, maybe Suresh or Wasim. Okay, these guys are there now. So I can allocate the task to those guys. So if possible, while interacting with you, I can prepare the tasks and I can post in the Slack mode. Otherwise, I will take some time and I will assign the task to you. No problem. Okay, this is for the individual assessment, friends, because the reporting and all required now for the individual assessment. Okay, with this, just the aggregation and all you can perform. One more important point, actually, I want to discuss in the today's session. Uh, uh, like this, friend. Suppose I'm having some kind of the table space with me. And moreover, I want to perform some kind of utilization of the table space in the best way. So here the important point is um, so just I am having some kind of data for you. So let me get this particular information to our OneNote rather than typing. So just a second, friends. Okay, I'll get the data for you. Yeah. So this is the most important thing. Okay, 1 minute. Let me share this document. 1 minute, guys. Yes, I could able to fetch the data. Okay, observe here, guys. So my SQL optimized table statement. What do you mean by optimization? Because from yesterday's session, optimization refers to best practices. Sometimes, coding wise readability and usage of the variables in a better way. All these things can be observed. But whereas, friends, in the beginning itself, okay, I mean starting from the table design, if you could able to perform this particular memory utilization in a better way, because in the database environment, storage is playing a vital role. Because in the stipulated environment in the cluster, if I want to make use of the appropriate information properly and efficiently, the storage playing a vital role. So for that particular purpose, what we are doing is just we are making use of this optimization of the table statement. Okay, this is very simple. Rather than explaining theoretically, what I will do is let me take this particular query. I'll explain this query while after execution, friends. Just see here. So in the cluster, okay, even I will share this particular query with you. You can see in your MySQL environment. So clear the screen and have a look on this, guys. Just you observe. Yeah. So this statement is nothing but select table name, and we are applying some kind of the condition round, which is used to around the value and data length. And this 1024 is nothing but the bytes, how many bytes we are utilizing as used space. Okay, used space means how much amount of the data is utilized by the table. And one more important thing is just I am making use of free space related to that particular table as unused space. That means how much we have allocated, how much this particular thing is wasted, and any concept is hitting to your mind, friend, something like fragmentation. Exactly. Can someone help me to understand what do you mean by fragmentation, friends, from your engineering or from your background of operating systems or whichever? What do you mean by fragmentation, friends? Fragmentation is simple. Suppose I'm having some kind of 100 MB of the data, but my file size is 89 MB. Assume that. So that 11 or 12 MB data is not utilized by any other file. Like that, if I am saving some 10 files, 10 12s or 10 13 bytes are unnecessarily wasting. So that fragment is nothing but the portion of the memory which is unused by the corresponding files. Similarly, in the database mechanism also, we are having certain aspects like, how much space I can use, how much unused space is available. Okay, so what I am trying to do here is I'm listing out all the user space and as well as the unused space information. And where I am getting the data is because information schema is nothing but which is giving the entire information of the database. The overall design of the database you can expect from the schema. And within that, because we are having the command over our tables only. System tables we cannot guide now. So just we are picking up our tables, information schema dot tables, where the memory free. Okay, greater than 1000 if I am having any kind of the memory. So then obviously I should make use of that particular thing. And I want to order the corresponding data in such a way that suppose I'm having employee USA data and employee UK data and all EMPL data like that. We have created some kind of the data na, from morning on yesterday. So just I want to pick up the appropriate information. So greater than 1000, if any wastage is there, okay, then I have to use this particular unused space. Okay, and in this particular query, just we are printing that what is the user space, what is the unused space, and how much amount of the memory is wasted. Only we know that particular thing, and we'll see the solution, friends, actually, because we should not leave the problem. Of course, problem is there. Then how we are going to come up with the solution? Further, just to observe here, friends, if I am hitting this enter. Actually, no such kind of the tables are there because we are using very small amount of the data. There is no chance of utilizing 1000 MB or something like that. So obviously we end up our searching process with empty set. But in reality, so if you could run this particular query, maybe in your environment also you may get the empty set only. But if you happen to see some kind of the project and where there are some 20 or 30 kind of the tables, and these particular tables may populate some amount of the information where there is a plenty of chances to get into these kind of the wastage of the memory. But one solution here, friends, like suppose we know that every table is unnecessarily wasting the memory and which is giving some unnecessary space issues. So for that particular purpose, friends, what you need to do is I can able to apply some kind of the criteria. Okay, so I am anticipating some wastage of the memory so that I am running this particular query. So see here, what is the query I am running? Because our employee table, our Indium Lab 1, the database is having certain tables actually. So initially, after getting this particular information, I want to optimize the table. Okay, and friends, here either you can go with the individual table or else you can go with the multiple tables. So I don't know whether employees is there. I'm sure we are having EMPL table. Okay, so what we are doing is here we are trying to optimize EMPL table, employee USA 1 and employee UK 1. Those tables are already there. So just to observe here, friends, it is trying to give some kind of okay, let me show the tables. It is asking something. Okay, so EMPL, right. Uh, yeah, this is case sensitive, just like that I have given. So EMPL all small actually. How you run this, guys? Yeah. Now you observe here. So let me clear the screen and once again, let me run the query. Have a look on this, guys. So it is trying to apply on the EMPL table. Just we're having the table name, optimization, message type, and message text. So it is giving some note along with the status information. So left side, you can observe all the tables, okay, related to the note and as well as the status. And this thing is table doesn't support optimize, doing recreate and analyze instead. That means there is a trick, friends, actually. So as of now, what you observe is if you are referencing any kind of aspect, Vedant, what happened? Why he's now he's entering into the lobby. Yeah, Vedant, you can.
No, there was some internet connect problem, so I reconnected.
Okay. Take care because friends, be cautious. If your number of hours availability is less, then it will be considered as absent. Okay, that there is a danger actually.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, just I mean, 30 seconds back, I left the meeting and I rejoined. So
No problem, Vedant. No problem. I
I was
know.
following you.
I'm
Don't
seeing.
worry.
I'm seeing
Yeah.
you. Okay. Okay. Just to notify you. Okay. So optimization
Yeah.
actually.
No problem. Right.
Okay, no issue. Right, friends, here we are having employee USA and there it is trying to optimize the things and it is the status is okay. So now after execution of this particular optimization, then you can straight away make use of the table utilization and all. Okay. So the point here is, friends, very simple. Optimization of the table with respect to the table space is mandatory, especially if I am working with heavy data loads, maybe 1 TB or maybe more than that, petabytes and all those kind of things. Uh, in that particular case, the memory utilization is almost very highest priority task. So for that particular purpose, we need to have that thing. So we have seen the logical things. Now we will take a break here, friends. More things we have discussed, so no problem.